Your first alert weather breakdown, a deep dive into how weather works with meteorologist Evan Thomason.
All right. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. I'm First Alert Meteorologist CJ Cartledge here. And it said Meteorologist Evan Thomason, but he will be back on the podcast later on this week. Welcome to another First Alert Weather Breakdown podcast for today. And if you got the push notification there, you may already know what we're going to be talking about for today. We're doing weather trivia here, and I have a special guest with me who is also here, one of our coworkers here at KSLA. This is KSLA news reporter, Peyton Manuel. How we doing today, Peyton?
I'm awake. It's Tuesday. I'm awake. I'm ready to go. Me and CJ have had this planned for a minute. There's been a lot of conversation behind the scenes, you guys, of this moment right now.
Yes, definitely. And she was on she was in the background when Andrew Wellman was doing the podcast, I believe 2 or 3 weeks ago, and he got all of them correct. How did you feel about that?
Correct. It made me feel proud of him, but nervous for me. I was like, I have a lot to live up to, but I got to see it live in action, so I have an understanding. We're just gonna have fun today. We're gonna have fun and answer these questions.
Yes, definitely. I'm glad you're excited for the trivia questions for today. They may get a little bit rigorous, but I believe you'll get a good amount of them correct. I do believe you'll get a good amount. Don't be scared now. It's not going to be too bad. I promise you it's not going to be too bad.
We'll see.
Okay, so we're going to dive into question number 1 here. And also, you may also dive into these questions and answer them here on the Facebook stream. We're live on Facebook as well as YouTube. So if you have any questions that you want to answer and you want to jump out and answer them already, please leave them down in the comments on Facebook or on our YouTube stream here. We're also streaming live on the KSLA News 12 app here. But let's dive into the first trivia question of today here. When is National Weather Person's Day? Now, this may be a little bit hard. This is why I'm talking about it's going to be a little bit rigorous here, Peyton. And I know many people may not know what National Weather Person's Day is. I just switched you back on camera, Peyton. She was showing the eyes looking back and forth like, when is this day here? I'm not sure what this day here is, but that's what she was looking like here. But the answer choices here are all around the same range here. This early to mid-February. So the answer choices you have are February 4th, you have February 5th, you have February 10th, or you have February 18th here. So there's one correct answer to this, obviously, and 2 of them that are very close to each other here. So that may give you a little bit of a clue. Is it the 4th? Is it the 5th? Is it the 10th? Or is it the 18th? Now, Peyton, what are your thoughts here on this question?
Well, first of all, I'm happy that you guys have a National Weatherman's Day.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
Weather women. Shout out to all the women.
Yes, weather person.
Weather person.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. My answer is going to be, I don't remember if it was A, B, C, or D, but I'm just going to say February 5th.
Okay, good answer. It's very close to February 4th as well. So I did mention that the choices closest to the answer were very close to each other there. So good answer here. So here's the answer to this question. I want to actually see if anybody else is in the chat trying to answer this question as well here. Actually, we just went live on Facebook, so sorry about that for the people who are looking for us out on Facebook there. But the answer to this first question is February 5th here. So good job, Peyton. Good job. You got the first question right. How are we feeling on the first question right there?
Thank you guys so much. This was so much hard work. And no, I'm just kidding.
Oh my goodness.
It's light work.
That was light work?
Let's see how we do with these other questions.
Oh, wow. Okay. Also, if you're just joining into the stream here, Peyton Manuel, our KSLA news reporter, just got the first question right. And the question was, when is National Weather Person's Day? And the answer was February 5th. So every year on February 5th, everybody just takes time out to, celebrate their favorite weather person. That's whether it's a weather woman or a weather man out there that you like here. Definitely take some time out to celebrate them on that day here. It's not a very known day, but we're bringing notice to it here on the KSLA First Alert Weather Breakdown. So let's move on to the next question here. Once again, we're streaming live on Facebook now and on YouTube. So if you have any answers to these questions here, if you want to jump out and answer the question here, make sure to leave them down in the comments on YouTube or on Facebook here. So the next question, weather trivia question number 2. What is the average high temperature for Shreveport Bossier City right now, as of today? What's the average high temperature? Peyton, what are your thoughts here?
For today.
Yes, for today. Actually, I want to go through the answer choices first here. Let's go through
Let's do that.
So the answer choices we have here are 58 degrees, 56 degrees, 60 degrees, or is it 62 degrees? Average high. So average afternoon maximum temperature for today, January 13th. And this is an average high that spans out for a pretty long time here. This is actually the lowest average high that we will see all year long.
The lowest, that was a lot of words. Hold on. The lowest average high that we'll see all year long.
Right. So in the summer, the average high increases.
Right, because it's hot.
Right, exactly. But in the winter, the average high decreases. And this is the lowest average high that we will see for the year, for a typical year. So what is the average high for today in Shreveport Bossier? Is it 56? A is 58. A is 58. B is 56. C is 60. And D is 62. So what are we thinking here? I'm
thinking that I have 4 options. Okay, 58, 56, 60?
Yes.
62?
Yes.
Oh, dang. Okay, that's the one part I missed in today's weather forecast during our meeting, guys. I didn't hear that part. Okay, I'm going to say 56.
Okay. That's a really good question. That's a really good answer.
You said that, DJ.
That's a really good answer.
Oh, God.
That's a really good answer here. So, just looking at the question once more, what is the average high temperature for Shreveport Bossier City as of right now? And to see if anybody is looking at the chat here. One person says 58, the other one says 56. So those are some opinions there that you could take into account here for your answer. And you say 56. Are you locking that in?
Okay, I don't see the way you made it seem like you're giving me an opportunity to change my answer.
Well, you know what? I won't give you an opportunity to change it.
Okay.
If you want to lock it in, we can lock it in.
Let's just lock it in.
All right. So we're locking it in. The answer to this question is 58 degrees here. So you were just 2 degrees off.
It was between those two.
It was between those two. Yeah. Now, you're definitely right. And people in the comments here on Facebook were definitely agreed that it was between those two, 58 and 56. Somebody else said 62 there. But, yes, the answer to this question is 58 degrees. So you're 1 for 1 right now, Peyton.
That's okay.
It's okay. It's all good because you're 1 for 1, and we still have 2 questions left to go. Let's keep it positive and let's keep the momentum going. Okay. So, question number 3. If you are under a burn ban, what are things that you should not do? That is the question here for this one. So this is you have four solutions here, 4 answers. So the answer choices you have here, if you are under a burn ban, what should you not do? Park over tall grass. Should you burn trash, leaves, or etc.? Should you use fireworks, or all of the above? Things that you should not do.
I'm going to say, well, you can say the answer choices one more time.
The answer choices are park over tall grass, burning trash or leaves, using fireworks, or all of the above.
I'm going to say all of the above.
Okay.
Common sense tells me it's not smart to use fireworks during a burn or burn anything.
Got you. Okay. Cool. So let's look in the Facebook comments here. See, one person and 2 people say all of the above here. So you got some people on your side, Peyton. That is definitely a good sign here. That's definitely a good sign. So let's dive into the answer for this question. If anybody else doesn't have any thoughts on the question here, if you are under a burn ban, let's look at the question one more time. If you're under a burn ban, what are things you should not do? Park over tall grass, burn trash or leaves, use fireworks, or all of the above? And the answer is all of the above here. So we got correct answers all around for people who have answered here. So congratulations, Peyton. You are 2 for 3 here. So now we're going into the last question. How are we feeling about the streak you have going on here?
I feel content.
You feel content.
Yes.
That's definitely a good adjective for describing this situation. I'm glad you feel content with your answers for today. So let's move on to the last question here to wrap up. Just not wrapping up the entire episode. We're going to be diving into local forecast right after this here. But what are some this is true or false question, by the way. Some parts of the Arklatex may see snow this weekend. Is this answer or this question true or is it false here? What are we thinking? Some parts of the Arklatex may see snow this weekend.
My gut tells me no snow.
Okay.
But that's the Arklatex, though.
That is the Arklatex.
I don't know if that's the one part I didn't hear this morning. Pay attention in your meetings, guys. That's the one part I didn't hear if it was like just our area is not going to see snow or if it was Arklatex is not going to see snow.
Okay.
Okay, so it comes down to a gut decision.
Yes, trust your gut on this one. Trust your gut. Remember everything that Evan told you in today's meeting. And I'm going to be looking at the Facebook comments to see if this is some. Okay, so 2 people say it's false. 1 person says it's true, that we could see snow this weekend.
I think it's false.
Okay.
Yeah. This is coming from a girl who was born in Louisiana and raised in Texas, so I'm just going to go with my gut.
Because it's pretty rare, huh?
It's rare. Like, it is super rare in both of those places, both of my homes. So I'm going to say false.
Okay. So, drum roll, please. We're diving into the last question of today's trivia episode here. So, true or false, some parts of the Arklatex may see snow this weekend. We've got Peyton already over here crossing both fingers on both hands already, guys. Drum roll, please, for the last answer of today's trivia question. Is this answer true or false? And the answer is false. The model trends have been trending towards no snow for the Arklatex by this weekend. And Peyton already has 2 hands up, and she is proud of herself right now. 3 out of 4 questions correct. That is not bad at all here. That is actually second place on the leaderboard. I believe tied with meteorologist Evan Thomason for the most correct on the KSLA First Alert Weather Breakdown. So definitely a great job to you, Peyton, and thank you once again for tuning or jumping onto this episode and, stepping out of your comfort zone and answering these questions for today. I know it got a little bit hard out there. It made you think a little bit hard.
That's okay. Thinking is good for the brain.
Thanks is definitely good for the brain.
Having me, CJ, this was really fun. I'm glad we got to do it.
Of course. And you got to persuade all the other reporters to come on the KSLA First Alert Weather Breakdown, too.
Point, Andrew did it. I did it. Kim's next.
Kim may be next. Kim may be next.
Tomorrow. So that is in the works. We have Julia. We have Marvin. That would be really fun.
Oh, that would be super fun.
I feel like everyone would have a little show if Marvin did it. He's just so popular in the newsroom.
Yeah, he definitely is. I believe they call him Little Marv in the newsroom.
We call him Lil Marv. We put Little Marv on our emails, on all of our assignments. Little Marv means Marvin. So
yep.
That is the joke here at KSLA.
Well, thank you so much, Peyton, for tuning into today's episode and joining me for today's episode. You got 3 out of 4 correct. Props to you. Clap it up for Peyton, everyone.
Thanks, guys. Enjoy your non-snow day.
Thank you once again, Peyton. And we're going to be diving into the local forecast just right after this quick break. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's episode. Sorry for those that were waiting on the Facebook stream. Started a little bit late there, but we got right back on track and we smoothly rolled on through the rest of the trivia questions for today. So make sure to stay tuned after this quick break, and we'll be right back with your local forecast. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the KSLA First Alert Weather Breakdown. That was definitely a great episode, or great part of the episode, or great trivia episode in general here with Peyton Manuel here. I want to thank her again for jumping on the podcast and stepping out of the comfort zone. I know she was a little bit nervous right before coming on, but I was like, you're going to have fun. I promise you. Just like Andrew did a couple weeks ago here. So we're going to be having more coworkers more KSLA News 12 reporters here on the podcast and in future weeks here. But we're going to dive into local forecast here right now. Here, as you can see, looking across the Shreveport Bossier area right now, we're looking at mostly clear skies. As you can see, a couple of wispy clouds in the background, as you can see there on the screen. But not too bad looking conditions out there as of right now. And for the rest of the day today, here we should see these clouds continue to roll through from the south and west, and we have a chance to see some rain for tonight in some portions around the region in the southern half of the Arklatex mainly here, but it won't be a high chance for rain. There's maybe going to be a couple of isolated to scattered showers at times here through the evening hours and into the overnight as well. And then a cold front will be moving through. So we're going to be talking about the one of two cold fronts that are expected to move through later on this work week here. And temperatures right now across the area sitting in the 40s near Shreveport, Marshall, 58 by Mount Pleasant up there, nearly 10 degrees or more than 10 degrees warmer here as compared to Shreveport Bossier. Just moving myself off the screen here just to see Natchitoches as well as Florine in the mid to upper 50s out there as well. Lower 50s by Minden and Bienville. So it's pretty chilly out there across many areas around the Arklatex. We're dealing with a bit of a wind chill as well. Feel like 42 near Shreveport, and not much of a wind chill for everywhere else around the Arklatex, but winds are expected to pick up as we move into the evening for tonight and into the daytime hours tomorrow, especially as southerly flow is expected to last throughout the daytime hours today and throughout the afternoon. Temperatures will be rising into the lower to mid 60s across the region by the middle of this afternoon. As you can see, some of us in the northern half of the region should see the upper 60s out there. We may not see too many lower 70s, maybe one or two areas if we're lucky, but not too bad conditions out there as of right or for this afternoon here. 66 by Shreveport, around 65 by Minden and Homer, as well as Ruston. 62 looking to be the coolest around the region by Nacogdoches and St. Augustine Center, and around 67 for DeQueen and Hope in southwestern Arkansas. But here's a look at future track, just showing you guys the slight rain chances we should see as we move into the evening hours for tonight. As you can see, that the batch of moisture starts to approach the region, but possibly will disintegrate before it even enters our area here. But we'll receive another round of some showers, and we'll have a chance for another round of showers as we move towards late this evening and into the overnight hours, close to midnight. For many areas south of I-20, as you can see there, and slowly making its way down to the south and east, mainly associated with that cold front that is expected to move through late tonight into early tomorrow morning here. That's going to bring us some very windy conditions and possibly maybe an isolated shower or two in southwestern Arkansas there in the early morning hours of Wednesday. And we should see that front push through the Arklatex and bring very windy conditions as we move into the daytime hours for Wednesday. We also have a slim chance for rain, maybe an isolated shower or two, but it will be very brief in nature if it does fall. And we'll be dealing with northerly winds throughout the daytime hours on Wednesday. And moving into Thursday, we may see calmer winds out there, but it will still be a bit breezy out there around the Arklatex. Just showing you guys the winds that we can expect through the day today, and it may get a bit gusty at around 20 miles per hour at the highest here. Not too bad out there in terms of conditions, but northerly winds will be activating as we move into the daytime hours for our Wednesday. And as you can see, it will be getting a bit breezy heading into the early morning hours of Wednesday, but much breezier as we move into the daytime hours for Wednesday, with wind gusts getting up to around 30 to maybe even 35 miles per hour at times throughout the afternoon before winds start to calm down heading towards the evening hours for Wednesday there, as you can see on the screen, and even calmer conditions heading into the daytime hours for Thursday coming up. Our 3-day forecast shows that we can expect Wednesday to remain mostly dry but windy across the Arklatex, less windy and sunny around the region as we move into our Thursday there with much cooler conditions. Highs drop into the lower 50s and upper 40s 40s across the region, and we should see lows dip back into the 30s and 20s across the region there. By Friday, temperatures warm up a bit in terms of highs and lows. Highs into the 60s once again, and 50s across the region for most of us, and into the 30s, mid and upper 30s for the Friday morning. Heading into this weekend, though, we will see another cool down. In this system, this cold front actually was hinting at the potential for some wintry precip earlier this week and through this past weekend, but that chance is dying out as of right now, and that chance is going away with the latest model runs that we've seen yesterday and model runs that we've seen even this morning here, showing not much precipitation at all falling on our Saturday here, which is why we only have a 10% rain chance here. As you can see by the rainfall potential, not much is expected over the next 7 days here, and it looks to mainly come from the clash of warmer and cooler air with the cold front that should move through tonight into early tomorrow morning here. Could bring an isolated shower or two in areas south of I-20 as well as in areas around I-30 there by Texarkana. But overall, not much rain is expected, and that could bring us even worse drought conditions around the Arklatex. As you can see, severe drought is ongoing with that orange color that you see there on the screen for much of northwest Louisiana, including areas just south of Shreveport-Bossier and southern Caddo and Bossier Parish. Most of our parishes are under severe droughts as of right now in northwest Louisiana. Some parts of East Texas, including, I believe that is Red River County in East Texas, is dealing with severe drought right now. Parts of Bowie County, as well as McCurtain County there, and portions of Harrison, Panola, and Shelby counties are all under drought conditions, severe drought conditions as of right now. The rest of us are dealing with slight to moderate drought conditions out there. So burn bans are still in effect as of right now for many areas around the Arklatex. So make sure to beware of any types of outdoor burning. Do not do it. Do not just advise to not do any types of outdoor burning, mainly because of how dry it is and how dry it's going to be through the next 7 days ahead of us. Tuesday and Wednesday, we have slight rain chances with highs reaching into the lower to mid 60s across the region. But we should see that cold front move through tonight into early tomorrow. And the effects of the cold front will finally move in as we move into our early morning Thursday. Lows drop back into the 30s, highs into the lower 50s and upper 40s for highs there. But we should see slightly warmer conditions heading into Friday before another cool down commences heading into our upcoming weekend. We may go ahead and decrease that rain chance for Saturday, mainly because of the lack of precipitation that we can expect here with Saturday's system, or Friday into Saturday system there with the cold front. But we should see warmer conditions potentially by the time we reach our Martin Luther King Jr. holiday there, as you can see there, with temperatures rising into the lower to mid 50s, some of us into the upper 50s out there across the region. So once again, thank you guys so much for tuning into today's podcast episode. I had a lot of fun. Peyton had a lot of fun, and I hope you guys had a lot of fun as well here. So we'll be back with another trivia episode next week, and tomorrow we're going to be talking about things you should do and things you should not do under a burn ban. So it was very similar to the question that we had earlier today. What things you should do, things you should not do under a burn ban. We're going to be talking about that tomorrow here on the KSLA First Alert Weather Breakdown. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day as well. We'll be back here tomorrow starting at 10:30 a.m. You can catch meteorologist Jake Lambright on the Noon and 4 today, and Chief Meteorologist Matt Jones will be back in office and on the green screen for 5, 6, and 10 p.m. tonight. Thank you guys once again for tuning in. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Tuesday.